A, B. A, B. Come out from under the paper and look at me. A, B! So you're leaving me again this afternoon for Ahmad. So what do you two do every afternoon without your wives? Sitting in the square, sipping tea, looking at the young chickadees.
Sarah, why do we have the same discussion every single day? Like you're the American FBI or CIA?
So what's so important that you have to disappear and leave your lovely wife for over 50 years? May I remind you we're together? You leave me for another dried-up old guy to have tea.
First of all, darling, how can I forget that we've been married for over 50 years? When you remind me about it every 5 minutes. This is why my suffering continues decade after decade. Second, we're not exactly dried-up old guys. After all, there's now Viagra. So be careful or I'll chase you around the kitchen like I did last night. And third, yes, I am going to visit my dear old friend and neighbor, Ahmad.
And fourth, did you ask my opinion?
And fifth, though it is true that you and I are also good friends, at least Ahmad doesn't remind me about it every 5 minutes. It is also true that you are more lovely than he is. And you make the best brisket and potato knishes. So, what's to worry? Ahmad and I'll get together as usual, we'll blah blah over tea, and then we'll come back to our beautiful wives.
Ahmad's wife, Alia, is no bathing beauty. She's no Miss Palestine either, if you ask me.
But I didn't ask you. And he didn't ask you. And she didn't ask you. So who asked you?
So, I don't have a right to my opinion, but you have a right to yours.
Sarah, for over 50 years you've been advising me. And usually your opinions are right. So tell me, should I not get together with Ahmad this afternoon?
Don't be ridiculous.
Oh, so-
Of course you should see him. He is our neighbor. He is your good friend. But sit in an open cafe where there aren't many people. A suicide bomber goes to a closed area where there are lots of people crowded together, like a bus or a nightclub. So be in an open area and be careful.
Sarah, Ahmad is a good friend, a good neighbor. But if you ask me, you are my best friend.
So who asked you?
Oh.
Did I ask you? Did Ahmad ask you?
And I'll say it again. You are my wonderful best friend, and I love you. Remember when we met? The day was kind of gray. You smiled at me, and suddenly the sun was all ablaze. All at once, my life was new.
I remember when we spoke. You told some kind of joke. We laughed out loud and left the crowd like a dream becoming true.
Life's a blessing shared with you. The spring times of youth, the autumn's bright hues, each has been special, each season with you. The laughter, the tears, the passing of years. It's all good when sharing life's blessings with you.
In a flash, the days become years, become a lifetime.
Together, a lifetime together.
Remember the days, those wonderful days. The children, they leaped and they laughed as they played. Now they're grown and gone, and we've both turned gray. It's all good when sharing life's blessings with you.
Remember at our wedding night, they said we danced like lightning.
You led and I followed each step that you do.
And now that we've grown older, we move a little slower.
But we can still show them a new step or two.
Come on. Life has been so good to us because we have each other.
The sun shines through because we're two, no matter the weather.
And even though our winter days may soon fade away, my love will not end.
My love will not end,
Because
you will always be
my dearest friend.
It's all good
When sharing life's blessings with you. Sarah, have I ever said thank you?
It's in your eyes every day.
The colors of fall,
Fresh floods of spring. Our life is more than the seasons can bring. Our scrapbooks may fade,
old fashions turn new. It's all good when sharing life's blessings with you. It's all good because I love you.
אחמד!
אברום!
שלום עליכם!
עליכם שלום!
מה שלומך?
הכל בסדר.
This tea is so tasty.
The flavor's really lovely.
So how is the family?
They're doing quite alright.
Have a biscuit, it's yummy.
I'm dieting, but maybe one.
My granddaughter's with baby.
Inshallah, I hope it's a boy. Our friendship is freedom. It's stronger than high walls. For us, it's no problem. We're friends because we give our all. Our bonds beyond all borders. We share because we dare to care. Because we're good neighbors. And so I heard another suicide bombing.
Yesterday, the West Bank, 27 were killed. Many more wounded.
They retaliated today. Israeli tanks, they knocked down the parents' residence this morning. No bedroom, no bathroom, no living room, all flattened to the ground. She was just a young girl, only 16. Now the parents have no daughter, no home to live in.
I cannot imagine what the parents of those who were killed are going through. It is a surrealistic nightmare. But the circle is evil, and it must be broken.
Circle is never ending, my friend. It is a continuum.
Unless its circumference gets smaller and smaller, then it becomes a dot.
Tell me, my friend, what did you put in your
Shalom Aleichem. Your cup's getting empty.
More tea would be quite lovely.
Have a biscuit with jelly.
Hey, I'll diet later on.
Your grandson's working lately.
He started a new job, I think.
So life's going smoothly.
Oh, the problem's always with the wife. A friendship is freedom. It's stronger than high walls. For us, it's no problem. We're friends because we give our all. Our bonds beyond all borders. We share because we dare to care. Because we're good neighbors. There must be a way to stop the suicide bombings.
And the tanks.
The hunger for a meaning to life is just as important as a hunger for food. Some people have no reason to live, Avram, and no food either.
This is the answer then. We must fill the circle of life with reason to thrive, not to die.
You know, there are many poor and hungry in Palestinian sectors. There are many uneducated, and the extremists, they prey upon these people.
This is the answer then. We must break the circle, or at least make it smaller into a dot. We must supply food for the poor, and we must supply training for work, so that this wonderful life can be a wonderful life for all the people.
Yes.
The Palestinian people, the people of Israel, the people throughout the world who are oppressed.
Tell me, my friend, really, what did you put in your tea?
Don't laugh. Tea clears the brain and makes you think. More tea, it's so tasty.
I have to pee, but then maybe.
So what keeps you busy?
Tea with you to pass the time.
Have a biscuit, some butter.
Oh, I'm pregnant like a mother.
You'll still have room, you'll see.
Okay, let me have more tea. Our friendship is freedom. It's stronger than high walls. For us, it's no problem. We're friends because we give our all. Our bonds beyond all borders. We share because we dare to care. Because we're good neighbors.
And a state. The Palestinian people must have their own land and be a nation under their own rule of law.
Will you tell your leaders that?
Of course. But first, I better tell my wife, or she'll kill me.
Oh, your Sarah and my Ali are two of a kind, but I bet they would agree with us.
You know, our wives are lovely.
Oh, difficult, but once in a while lovely.
Regular bathing beauties they are. I bet your wife could have been Miss Palestine.
Oh, and yours, Miss Israel. Wait a minute. A wife is a wondrous thing.
She can change magically and become anything.
From an angel with wings to a siren that sings. A wife is an awesome thing. An awesome blossom, yes,
She can first be a flirt or a spoiled brat in heels.
We are told it depends on the way that she feels. A wife is a complicated thing. When it comes to makeup, she can be quite glamorous.
When she's in the mood, love can be so amorous.
When I'm with my lady, every day is adventurous.
But if we share a little tiff, she's going to be contemptuous.
A wife,
Yes, that's my wife.
is a lovely thing.
When she's out with the girls, going shopping's her pleasure.
But when holding her child, he's her only treasure. A wife, let's be serious, is a mysterious thing.
She drives me delirious.
When we go out to dine, she says to us with a wine, and then with a gentle kiss,
life can be
such bliss. A wife is a wondrous thing. Oh, she wants something else.
When she's going to buy new clothes, she loves to parade them.
And if some of her checks don't clear, she blames the ATM.
But I'll admit that she's the only one I cherish. She fills my life with so much bliss that now I wish to say, a wife is a wondrous.
A wife is a wondrous. My wife is a wondrous one for me.
Yes, dear.
Yes, dear.
Not have enough money for enough fruit, but at least for the children, for their good health.
Here, Joel. Careful with the fruit. It is precious. I may not be back till late.
Well, the ladies' man has caught something in his eye.
The fruit market is my favorite place.
I thought you loved the cinema, Miriam.
I love the cinema. It's a man-made illustration of life. But fruit, the smell, the texture, the taste, it is luscious life.
I thought you loved the cinema because you could meet boys there.
This too, at least that was true. But I'm a happily married woman now and with child. So fruit is a better choice for me now and nutritious for my baby too.
Well, I think I still like the cinema better.
How about eating fruit in the cinema? The best of all possible worlds.
Nosy, aren't you? Standing there pretending to examine the oranges and the grapefruit?
Yes, and we are not for the picking.
I always get confused between the picking and the choosing. But it seems one of you is already chosen, and quite ripe.
Oh, Rachel, this man seems to have a clear understanding about life. And I think that is my cue to leave. I have some orange juice to squeeze from my husband and my new baby-to-be. Bye-bye.
So, are you new to the neighborhood? I don't recognize you.
Well, not quite new. Sometimes I can get through with the pass to buy your good fruit for my family.
My good fruit is your fruit too.
Well, yes, under one sky, God's fruit belongs to everyone. But from beyond the wall over there, I need a pass to buy the fruit.
You're very cute. A pass to buy the fruit?
It's not very funny, but it is the way the world works sometimes. You are very beautiful. You have very happy, joyous eyes.
I see. So, you are Palestinian. Well, they do say opposites attract.
I do not think we are so opposite. We breathe the same air, don't we? We eat the same fruit, do we not? Then what is so opposite?
There are many varieties of fruit, and therein is the difference. The fruit of the tree looks up at the stars. The fruit of the vine grows close to the ground. It may be the key to life's mystery. Remember your dreams, but live practically like me.
I see. So you are the conservative type, and I take risks. The fruit of the tree drinks in the sun. The fruit of the vine stays close to the ground. The sun fills my soul, my dreams taunt the stars. If you're chained to the ground, you may never go that far.
I see. So you're the type that'll try anything once.
Maybe more than once. I'd fly all day with my dreams.
I'll spy from the ground right here.
Perhaps if we meet halfway, we can keep each other near. The fruit of the tree is tasty and sweet.
The fruit of the vine tastes just as fine.
We'll taste every fruit and find one to share.
And if the fruit's sour,
I'll hand you a flower instead.
a lovely flower. So you're romantic too.
I am with you. I'd fly all day with my dreams.
With you I might go far.
Perhaps together we can reach beyond the stars. Like the fruit of the tree, we'll swallow the sun. From the fruit of the vine, we'll drink a fine wine. With our special key to life's mystery, together we'll find a new way to dine each day. each day, a new way to share each day. I believe I will need many passes in the future to visit your sparkling eyes again.
It sounds like a very good idea. By the way, I don't even know your name.
Mahmoud. And yours is Rachel. I overheard.
Mahmoud, you are a bit of a philosopher. But I would like very much to see you again.
Then why wait for another day? Perhaps you would like to join me at the cinema tonight.
Don't you have a curfew?
Tonight, let us be the fruit of the tree, looking up at the cinema screen like it were a giant sun.
It is a bargain, my new friend. I will meet you down the block at the cinema tonight at 8 o'clock. But when we leave the cinema, promise me not to look up at the stars and dream too much, because the next morning, we'll have to fall back down to earth again.
Bernard, you have made A.B. and me happy great-grandparents. And we are very important. But you are the father, and more important than the great-grandparents. So say something about your new daughter.
First of all, I would like to say something to my wife, Miriam. Miriam, I love you so much. I can only hope that our new daughter, Ruthie, will grow up to be just like you, to share your same qualities of sincerity and generosity, but most of all, your passion for life.
Thank you, Bernard. And may your daughter grow up strong and healthy and smart like her father.
Amen. Amen.
And of course, we must not forget to thank the parents and the grandparents.
Oh,
Yes, because as they say, the apple does not fall far from the tree.
Baruch Hashem.
Apples, oranges. My Miriam sure loves fruit. So let's make a grapevine and celebrate with some dancing.
It is a lovely party. Do you think someday we will have a party like this?
Your religion must be quite different from mine. What do you do when a new baby is born?
In my religion, we celebrate.
Of course, you celebrate, but...
Celebrate means celebrate. The words may be different, but I'm sure the meaning is the same. You know, Rachel, Islam has a lot in common with Judaism.
No, this can't be true. You just want to make me feel more comfortable so that I fall in love with you.
I feel that we have already fallen in love, so this is not the question.
Smarty pants, you can speak for yourself. Don't speak for me.
Your eyes, so full of happiness, already speak for you. But it is true, Islam and Judaism have much in common. We share a common belief in the oneness of God. We believe in the prophets, Abraham, Moses, David, Solomon.
Really? I didn't know this.
Islam, like Judaism, also stresses personal moral responsibility. We think also, like Judaism and Christianity, of a final judgment day and eternal reward or punishment.
And what will my punishment be if I am not, or I do not fall in love with you?
This would be my punishment, not yours.
Then what will be my reward if I have already, or I do fall in love with you?
This then too would be my reward, my blessing.
Then where do I belong in this relationship? It seems to be a relationship all about you.
Not at all. You see, without you, I don't exist.
Mahmoud, you always say, I have happy eyes. But your eyes, my brave philosopher, your eyes, when you're not looking at me, they always seem so sad.
Rachel, my eyes, when I look at you, reflect you, your light. But when I don't look at you, I look inside myself. My inside is dark and empty.
Empty? Surely you cannot be empty. You understand so much about life.
Actually, I understand about death. What I really mean is, inside I'm filled with so much pain, so I dare not look inside.
Pain? Why pain?
Why pain? Today, my auntie's whole neighborhood was raided by Israeli soldiers who were searching for and killing terrorist groups. Mortar shells exploded everywhere, and when they found my little baby cousin, when they found this helpless little baby, this poor, dead baby boy's body.
My God! A terrible, terrible accident, Mahmoud. This is the result of extremist fractions. Most of our Israeli people support the rights of Palestinian people. And
Why pain? Because soldiers uproot our olive trees. They rip them up out of the land. It's like ripping out our hearts.
ripping out olive trees. I don't understand.
There may be much you do not know. Our schools, many of our schools are closed illegally. And our farms and workplaces, closed. And I have curfews, so that I may not even visit and see your sparkling eyes. Which is the only life I have left, Rachel.
Surely you can study at a university, start a career, build a life?
My university has been closed. There is very little work. The wall and the checkpoints are wearing me down. The checkpoints are wearing me down. It's all wearing me down.
Mahmoud, too much sad talk.
Everybody, gather round, gather round. Come.
Gather round.
Okay, back here.
He's going to make a speech.
Here is to my great-granddaughter, baby Ruthie. A new life, a new breath.
Who does she look like?
The mother or the father?
Well, she doesn't look like Abraham. She already has more hair than he.
Oh, nice.
Let's ask her to sing for us. Perhaps she will grow up to be a pop singer.
Maybe a rap star.
No.
Of course, an opera singer.
My dear friends and family, right now, baby Ruthie is waiting for us to sing to her. After she grows up and becomes a famous opera star, I'm sure that we will be able to get the best seats in the house for her performance. But for right now, a new life, a new breath.
A new addition to mankind. Together, let's bless this gift of love. Earth is a miracle, the goodness of life. Every child brings the world a new light. The wonder of creation. Let's celebrate now. Let us join hands and thank God for this child.
A new life, a new breath, another soul has come to be.
Let's treasure this gift life now gives.
With loving hearts we'll care for you. We'll always be right there for you.
A new hope, a new dream comes alive with you.
Birth is a miracle.
The goodness of God.
Every child brings new joy to our heart.
The wonder of creation. Let's celebrate now. Let us join hands and give thanks for this child. A new life, a new breath, another soul has come to be. The world is richer because of this child. Unto us, a growing mind, a new addition to mankind. Together, let's bless this gift from the world. A new world created for love.
Sweet Rachel, I've brought you a present.
What kind of present, my philosopher friend?
A song. I've written it just for you. I hope you like it. Dear Rachel, love is my religion. Can't I be forgiven for the way I pray? Is different from your way. My Rachel, love's bigger than belief. It's really a relief to know my heart is free. To be in love with you. I'm not a fatalist or moralist, not a racist with a prejudice. I really just love you. I'm not a Methodist or atheist, not a Buddhist or Jehovahist. No analysis, they say, explains the love I feel. Dear Rachel, it really doesn't matter if people fuss about us, they can't take away the love we feel today. My Rachel love's the only reason it gives our life true meaning. So let's make love and be together all our days.
That was really sweet, Mahmoud.
Rachel, I'd like to introduce you to my grandfather. My grandmother, too. But my grandfather, he is very special to me, and I would like his blessing. I know that once he meets you, he will love you almost as much as I do.
Somehow, I feel it is too soon to meet your family, Mahmoud.
But when does love come too soon? For most people, it does not come soon enough.
Mahmoud, I cannot meet your family now because I...
What is it, Rachel? Your eyes are not so full of happiness today. For the first time, you are the one with sadness in your eyes.
Mahmoud, it is a miraculous gift that we have met and have these strong feelings for each other. And if our relationship grew and we were to marry, where would we live? On one side of the wall or on the other? And our children, if we were to have children, what would they be called? Would they be called Israelis or Palestinians? And as they grew up, would they be humiliated? Would they be beaten and called bad names? And how difficult it would be for us to survive the prejudice. I think it would surely tear us apart.
But Rachel, love can conquer everything. All obstacles. Remember Romeo and Juliet?
They had to die to keep their love alive. Mahmoud, this is bigger than both of us. The hatred and prejudice will snuff out our spark of light. And before we experience that darkness, I believe we must separate.
But Rachel, we have fallen in love. We've been in love and we've made love for many months, and it should not be thrown away just like this.
It should not be thrown away. You're right. But it must be. Because a little suffering now is wiser than a great deal of suffering for a lifetime.
But Rachel, how swiftly the darkness falls. Dear Rachel, love is my religion. Can't I be forgiven for the way I pray? It's different from your way. Or perhaps the day will come soon that I will never pray again.
My fears haunt me, you see, because I worry what will people think of me. Leaving you turns my life upside down, like a tearful clown when his only circus closes down. Yes, I'll miss you. Sometimes you fly so high, I'm useless in the sky. Sometimes you move so quickly, I get dizzy watching you go soaring by. My feelings run from hot to cold, my knees grow weak, you grow more bold. We're not to blame, we're not the same. Leaving you's the saddest thing for me. My tears won't let me see why I still love you so. I'm in a quandary. Leaving you is something I've postponed. Why should I be alone since I finally found you? But now I've lost you because you brave the waves while I wait on the shore. Most days I think that life's okay, but you demand the world give you more. My open hands let life slide by. You close your fists and question why. We're not to blame, we're not the same. Leaving you's the saddest thing for me, but we will always have our memories. These last few days, they seem to me a dream that I can't hold on to with you. And so I'll go and say to you, sweet Romeo, goodbye. Since my tears won't let me say
Grandfather, I feel like I'm dying. There's nothing left for me.
Mahmoud, close your eyes. Now open them. You can see me, can't you? You can hear my voice, can't you? Some people are blind and deaf, yet they look to the heavens and they can see the beautiful sun and the blue sky. Nature is so beautiful. Mahmoud, you still have clothes on your back. You have food to eat, a mind to think with, to plan, to find a way. Go to the mosque and pray and seek goodness, and you will find a way.
It is Allah who created the heavens and the earth. He created the sun and the moon. He created Muhammad's birth.
On the Temple Mount, holy, holy sight, no other can surmount. Allah created heaven and earth, Lord.
Allah rules the rivers. He commands the night and day. To Allah we pray.
Al-Aqsa Mosque, heaven's honor, scriptures heralding great Muhammad's birth. Allah commands the night and the day.
And thus you are forgiving, your blessings beyond number, lay our sins asunder.
Yes, you are a forgiving God, with blessings beyond number. In compassion, hear us now and lay our sins.
Allah rules the rivers, He commands the night and day. To Allah we pray.
Al-Aqsa Mosque, shield of Islam's sake, holy is your holy heaven's open gate, sacred place for Palestinians. Al-Aqsa Mosque.
To Allah! All of you who are gathered here today, I am sure you know you are each mujahid. We must always remember that we are each mujahid, each a soldier of God. In this light, I would share with you surahs regarding jihad. Some Palestinians and Muslims throughout the world of Islam do not understand the true meaning of jihad. Extremists have misinterpreted the word to the terrible detriment of our faith. We must remember the true meaning of jihad and not tolerate its misinterpretation. The true meaning of jihad is a struggle within oneself to live a righteous life. The interpretation of jihad as holy war against any of our global brothers or sisters is blasphemy. Remember jihad and struggle to live a righteous life. Terror is never the answer. Remember the Hebrew Shalom Aleichem and the Christian Pax Vobiscum and Islam Salam Alaikum are each the greeting of peace. Sing the greeting of peace in your hearts and the world will not be divided. Shalom Aleichem Pax Vobiscum Salam Alaikum. Shalom Aleichem Pax Vobiscum Salam Alaikum. With this greeting of peace, God will live in our hearts. May friendship and love never cease. With this greeting of love, we know God is near. May the world live forever in peace. Shalom Aleichem Pax Vobiscum. May friendship and love never cease. Salam Alaikum Pax Vobiscum. May the world live forever in peace.
Tell me, Imam, how can there be peace for our Palestinian people with the wall growing taller and our hearts being crushed smaller each day?
Your voice, Mahmoud, has the edge of a saber. It is not possible to cut through the difficulties we face with anger. Of course, sieges and border crossings are not the answer. To dominate and control is not the answer. Militant religion in a crusade to make the world over in its own image is not the answer.
Armies of violence and counter-violence are not the answer. Mahmoud, look into your heart and struggle to live a righteous life. Like our God above, always be forgiving. Live your life in love. Pray our people are free. Shun all hate and greed. Go with God in peace. With this greeting of peace, God will live in our hearts. May friendship and love never cease. With this greeting of love, we know God is near. May the world live forever in peace. May the world live forever in peace.
It's more than her, right? Right. You said so yourself. You told me so yourself. She just has the same mentality to deprive you, to deprive your family, to deprive your friends. Right? Right. So, you feel empty inside because there is nothing left, because you are empty inside. Say right. Say right. Right. So there is only one thing to do. You understand, right? You understand, right? Say right.
We must smite the Western world and their puppet political machines.
Destruction, holy war, jihad. To the West.
We will triumph through our great faith. We will replace all Western ways.
Destruction, holy war, jihad. Get to the West. We'll sacrifice our loved ones' lives with pride each day. So give your human life to save our sacred way. Get to the West.
It was their plan. First, the French and the British overran the Ottoman Empire. And then, following the 1939-48 war, they took huge portions of our Palestinian homeland, given to create Israel. Look in Iraq, over 500,000 Iraqi children dead because of West-inspired sanctions. The oldest museum of antiquities known in human civilization, destroyed, gone in their inspired war. For what purpose? Our Middle Eastern oil. Yes, they want to obliterate our religious ways and to replace them with greed-driven capitalist ways. Revenge to the empire builders. I say, an eye for an eye. Our lives for their lives. Evil capitalist and godless empires must go by any means.
Destruction, holy war, jihad. Get to the West.
We must smite the Western world and their puppet political machine.
Destruction, holy war,
Their empire, kill them now! Destruction, holy war, jihad! To the west! To the west!
Mahmoud, come forward. Tis a small sacrifice for the heaven that awaits you. Do you not agree?
I agree.
Then wear this death jacket for the infidel, and this everlasting life jacket to heaven for yourself. You will feel no pain. It will be instant, and you will bring glory to yourself, your family, and to our faith. Do you understand?
I understand. Perhaps in death my life will somehow have borne meaning without me. Inside my heart, in my brain and head, I'm already dead. The oppression of my family, a fellow Palestinian, leave me with no hope, and so I go and look to oblivion, Perhaps in death my soul will somehow find some trouble there. Life is undead and no future and no meaning, so why should I keep breathing? Dear eyes, oh, with them so small, which I find so discouraging. This jacket is my courage test, and is my final lesson, and so I go and look to oblivion, oblivion, Dear family, please forgive me, for I don't know what else to do. There's only one choice left, and so I do it all for you.
So there's nothing left, so you feel empty inside. So of course you are empty. Nothing left to do right. Say right, say right, say yes.
And so you see, Rachel, I shall become your Romeo.
What a lovely thing. A night out, just you and me together. Do you think your grandparents mind watching baby Ruthie?
Are you kidding? Abraham and Sarah love taking care of Ruthie. They jump at any opportunity.
I guess they sort of relived when they were younger. And you were a baby.
Me a baby? I was never a baby. I leaped out of the womb wearing thick frame eyeglasses reading Tolstoy. I've always been quite an intellectual, you know.
But you're still my baby. My grown-up intelligent. Give me a kiss, baby.
A public show of affection? I'll go for it.
Speaking of babies, is that Rachel? And is she...
Oh my God. Ever since she broke up with Mahmoud, I haven't seen her in many months. I don't know. She could be...
Why don't you go over and ask her if she'd like to come and sit with us? Oh, too late. It looks like she's leaving.
I hope she's okay, but in a way I'm glad she's leaving. Because now I have you all to myself.
I love it when you throw your arms around my neck. When you do, I feel the two of us are welded into one. Always hold me this way. That way I can never lose you.
Let's dance! I love this song!
Keep your arms around my neck.
Forget your service and just dance till you drop. Problems, lose all those problems. Forget your service, move your feet non-stop. Stop worrying, no need for hurrying. Don't go blustering, stop simpering, whimpering. Forget your serious and just dance till you drop.
Forget your sorrows and just dance till you drop. Problems, lose all those problems. Forget your sorrows, move your feet non-stop. Stop worrying, no need for hurrying. Don't go blustering, stop simpering, whimpering. Forget your sorrows and just dance till you drop.
our destiny.
Excuse me. Excuse me. I am Yoel. You are Abraham.
Yes. Yes, I am. This is my wife, Sarah.
I am honored to meet you. And I just wanted you to know that that's Mahmoud, Ahmad's grandson. He spoke very highly of you. He respected you. He would not want to cause you or your wife any pain. He would very much regret the loss of your granddaughter Miriam, who he knew and he liked very much too.
I have heard of Mahmoud from Ahmad, but I've never met him. I understand he has a new job, yes?
No, not exactly. Although Ahmad may have thought so. He was away with the wrong group and they twisted his mind. I am sure he did not know what he was doing when he blew himself up in the nightclub.
He did! Ahmad's grandson did this? Mahmoud was at the nightclub, and he blew himself up and killed our Miriam.
I'm sorry. I am sorry. I thought you knew. I just wanted you to know that he probably would not have done it if he had known that Miriam was there.
Ahmad's grandson killed my granddaughter Miriam. Ahmad's grandson did this terrible thing. To hell with Ahmad and Alia. You should suffer in hell.
Ahmad didn't know. If he had known about it, he would have stopped it. He loves you both very much, and now his home will be destroyed by the tanks, and they would have nowhere to live. He loves you both very much, and...
Get out of here! You are murderers! You are murderers!
Fatima, it was disastrous. They hate us so. I tried speaking with Abraham and his wife Sarah, and she screamed at me and called us murderers.
Oh, we are murderers. But they are murderers too. Some of us are good, and some of them are good. But if we could just think about their children, their precious young lives, and if they could think about our children, young, fragile, and innocent. Unless, of course, children are taught to hate, and they become murderers.
I am so tired. And I think Allah above must also be tired of our fighting and our killing. But what can we do? What is there to do?
The old saying, if we could walk in each other's shoes, then we would understand each other's fears and each other's suffering.
And we would care for each other?
Oh, at least we would not hate each other so. But the secret, I am sure, is with the children. Some of the older generations are stuck in their prejudice and their contempt. But perhaps something as simple as a summer camp for young Palestinian and Israeli children. Even starting with babies through teens. Staying together. Playing under the sun together.
Palestinian and Israeli children playing together? That would be a remarkable thing.
Yes. A child's face, a clean slate, no infant's born with a heart of hatred. Innocent eyes, open wide, all babies know that they are sacred. And a child that is taught to love can build a world like the one above. If children learn to love each other, they'll soon build a world like no other.
Babies are truly born innocent.
But then we change them into our own image. We corrupt their innocence. A child's heart, from the start, with God's grace, trust alive with living. And when he's born, his hands are formed to receive all that life has to give him. Peace on earth begins with their birth. Each new child's face is a part of God's face. New
Sarah, it is tragic what has happened to our family. But it is also a tragedy for Ahmad and for Alia. We have lost a granddaughter, they a grandson.
You seem to forget. It was their grandson that killed our granddaughter. One is a murderer. One is a victim.
Sarah, when I first met you, I knew that I loved you because you have such a big heart. And in matters like this, we must open our heart and be forgiving.
You're asking me to forgive a murderer.
Sarah, who creates murderers? Who? I think society is responsible. I think we are all responsible. It is when human kindness is lacking. I think it starts when we speak an unkind word, when we're selfish, when we take, when we perform a greedy act, when we forget to feed the poor, when we forget to protect our global brothers and sisters. Murders are created by corporations when they create sweatshops. And when multilateral companies, Goliath's business, falls in the hands of corrupt government. When sellers of arms promote war to make billions. And when oil companies are controlled by politicians. This is how murderers are created.
What can we do? We are little people. What are you asking me to do?
Continue to be good neighbors. Continue to be good friends to Ahmad and to Alia. I know that they are ashamed of what their grandson has done. But it is not because of them that Mahmoud took his own life and Miriam's life. We should not add to their injury. And besides, I know the Israeli tanks will soon destroy their home. They will have no place to live. Sarah, I think we should invite them to live with us, at least for a little while.
Invite them? No, this is too much. No.
Sarah, remember the Holocaust. Remember the Nazis.
No.
Remember the story of Anne Frank. Neighbors helped each other out. Christians helped Jews to live with them in their home. For years they lived together. Can't we be good neighbors too? Sarah, remember what we are taught. We are all one family, all connected. The human race. Let's be good neighbors, please.
Do you see the mirrors and the pictures of Miriam? They are draped in black because we mourn our granddaughter Miriam. It is a blackness that covers my heart too. A broken heart is not mended so easily. Here is your precious granddaughter Miriam. The ground that covers her coffin is not yet hard, and you talk of neighbors. Here, look at yourself in the mirror and see if the fresh lines on your face have forgiven your neighbors.
Sarah. Oh, Sarah, my dear Sarah. Sarah, the mirror is broken. It cannot be put back together again. How many lives must be broken also? Sarah, should our lives be forever broken? Should the life of Ahmad and Alia be forever broken? How many lives must be broken, Sarah? How many lives? Come.
Miriam, my precious Miriam, what should I do? What would you do? Bring them up, Amy. Hold them. There is a crack in the wall just east of the western checkpoint. Have them meet us there. God willing, the crack is on their side too. We'll dig through. They'll dig too. If we can create an opening.
God willing, if we can create an opening.
Abraham, I am amazed that you are calling me. There are no words. What? You want Ali and I to meet you? At the wall, east of the checkpoint. And we are to take shovels. Oh, Abraham. You are a wonderful, true friend. I cannot believe that I've been blessed with such a neighbor. Abraham. Abraham, before I hang up, what did you put in your tea?
What is happening?
Oh, they want us to come to them. At the wall, east of the checkpoint, there is a small crack in the wall. We are to take shovels and dig a small hole.
We are to dig a hole? Yes. Yes, this is what I'd like to do. To dig a hole and fall inside and be buried. The wall is so tall and the hole could be small. Supposing it's closed and we cannot get through. If it comes to that fine husband, what will we do? If it comes to that, what will we do? What will we do? What can we do?
Alia, dear Alia, in the name of God the merciful, the compassionate, blessed be He. He is all forgiving and all knowing. God makes the day to enter the night and the night into the day. We must accept this.
And in our small town, If the grocery store's bombed and our garden dries up, not a root in the ground, and if everywhere all around food can't be found, my fine husband, just what will we do? What will we do?
Alia, dear Alia.
And if Israeli tanks knock our old house down, where will we eat? Where will we sleep? Just ground to lay our heads down. Can't you see our life is done?
Alia, everything will be all right. You'll see, you'll see.
Oh, thanks to Mahmoud and his merciless deed, soon our bodies will be food for vultures to feed. I guess then there'll be nothing to do. I guess then there'll be nothing to do. If it comes to that, my fine mate, what will we do? If it comes to that, what will we do? Then our fate will be over and through. It's all over and through, over and through. It's all over. Oh, no.
Alia.
Perhaps the crack in the wall is a sign that human hatred is starting to break. People will see we are one family. We shall live together and give more than take.
All the walls must fall.
All the walls must fall.
Perhaps the crack in the wall is a sign that oppression for power is on the decline, where 1 and 3 have little food to eat. Together we'll work till hunger is beat.
All the walls must fall. All the walls must fall.
Perhaps the crack in the wall is a sign that freedom for all is really God's design. That terror will never weaken world peace. A crack in the wall can cause wars to cease.
All the walls must fall. All the walls must fall. All the walls must fall. All the walls must fall.
Perhaps the crack in the wall is a sign that human kindness is turning the tide. Each nation must flourish, all honoring its place, respecting each neighbor, each different race.
I think we've broken through.
Alia.
Come, Ahmad. Give me your hand and I'll pull you through to my side. Come, Ahmad. Come.
Alia.
Come, Alia. Welcome, Alia.
Alia, welcome, Alia. Here, you must put on these clothes.
Yes, and if anybody should ask, we'll say that you're our family from America. Don't worry. From now on, you will live with us in our home.
Amram, there are no words to thank you.
We would have had no place to live. You have saved our lives.
All the walls must fall. Let's tear them down forever. There's no walls that's stronger than the strength we share together. All the walls must fall. Our children
Bernard had to work, so we have an opportunity to babysit our little treasure, baby Ruti.
Would you like a little more tea?
It is very good.
Sharing is good.
Did you know that Abraham and I have been married for over 50 years?
Yes, we know, because Abraham tells me that you tell him, and so he tells me, and so I share with Alia, so we all know.
So you know, for over 50 years, Abraham and I have been married.
Yes, we know.
We know.
You told us yesterday.
She told us this morning.
We all know, Sarah. We all know.
I'm just so proud, you know. I'm sorry. We've been married for 50 years!
We know!
Ahmad and I have been together almost as long. You should be proud.
Thank you. Thank you.
The springtimes of youth, the autumn's bright hues, each has been special, each season with you.
The laughter and tears, the passing of years.
It's all good when sharing life's blessings with you.
Those wonderful days, children, they leaped and they laughed as they played.
Now they've grown and gone, and we've both turned gray.
It's all good when sharing life's blessings with you.
Remember on our wedding night, they said we danced like lightning.
I led and you followed each step that I do.
But now that we've grown older, we move a little slower.
But we can still show them our new step or two. Life has been so good to us because we have each other. The sun shines through because we're true, no matter the weather. And even though our winter days may soon fade away, I know you will always be my dearest friend. It's all good when sharing life's blessings with you.
I'm sorry. I hope I'm not disturbing you. May we come in?
You're not disturbing us. How can we help you?
You are Ahmad and Alia?
Yes.
We are.
I heard. Yoel told me you were here.
Joel.
This is difficult. But perhaps my little baby boy here, I've named him Mahmoud.
Mahmoud?
Mahmoud? Mahmoud was the father?
I loved Mahmoud. I was afraid. I am still afraid. Ahmad, Alia, could you help me raise a little Mahmoud?
Raise a little Mahmoud.
A new life, a new breath, another soul has come to me. The world is richer because of this child. A new heart, a growing mind, a new addition to mankind. Together, let's bless this gift from above. Life is a miracle, the goodness of God. Every child brings the world a new life, the wonder of creation. Let's celebrate now. Let us join hands and give thanks for this child. A new life, a new breath, another soul has come to me.
With God's grace, trust and
Treasure this gift from above. With loving heart, we'll care for you. We'll always be right there for you. A new dream, a new heart come to life with you. A new world created through love.
Cirrus.